What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilkin. I'm coming back today with another danchro video, and we have really got to talk today about more Uncharted Battlefield. This is going away here in 24 hours. We have a very short time in which to do this. Now, I was levied a challenge a while back, and that was essentially to beat each one of these stages with one unit that is not time limited. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, my account isn't really on that level, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and periodically use time limited units, but I'm going to go over here, battles 5 through 8, and kind of show you the teams that I'm using and what we're going with. Now, we already did use at least one time-limited unit, so I kind of have broken the mold on that one, unfortunately. There's a bit of a level up here, and I will say that it is starting to already get tough. But, you know, I've had to really, honestly, level up and max out a couple of units that I wasn't expecting to for a while. But let's jump in here. So we left off last time with Battle 4. Let's turn into Battle 5. And Battle 5 is not an electric type, is an earth type. And I actually have an electric assist on her, which is really weird, but it works. It actually does work. It's not an assist I would probably use anywhere else. But we are going to use Lunar for this fight, which if I kind of go in here and kind of do the setup on this, I probably should be saving her for the final fight. Oop, that's electric. I meant to do Earth. Go. There we go. But honestly, I'm probably going to cheat and probably use Bell for the final fight. Though we may attempt Lunar there. Really, this is a team that I used last time that I know works. So we're just going to kind of go with it, right? That final fight's going to be rugged. And I don't know if Lunar alone will be able to handle it. But this one, an absolute breeze for her. This one's so easy. Unfortunately, my Lunar is... I think she was only got one or two dupes in her. If she was, you know, if she was Maxima broken, probably would not have a problem putting her in the final fight. Just let's be real. But I think the final fight here is one that I'm going to kind of amend a little bit just because of the deficiencies in my team. All right. So far, so good. She's really proving her worth. And she doesn't have any items. She doesn't have any scene cards. She's got one SSR assist. She's really, really rock solid. In fact, I probably could use her in the final fight. I'll be totally honest. I might. We'll see what happens tomorrow if I amend this and I run Cassandra here. We'll cover that if we do make that modification. But let's continue on. As you can see, my Cassandra's not even leveled up. I haven't tried her yet. But she is also time limited, so, you know. Maybe we'll run a speed unit here or something. I don't know. I've got to figure out what we're going to do here. I just know that a lot of my other time limited units probably wouldn't be able to handle this quite in the same capacity she did. But she did make short work of it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm underrating her. Maybe she actually can solo the final fight. I don't know. I suspect we'll have to come back and find out. But for right now, she's working. She's doing the job. Moving on. Let's go to Battle 6 here. And for this, I actually use this team here. Tione's a really rock-solid unit. But she has aged a little bit, and I really haven't leveled her up to level 80, so I think she'll be fine here. I did put 2 SSR scene cards on her and 1 item, as well as the level 70 assist as well. So... while she is, I'll say, woefully ill-prepared for this, she's still not going to have a problem with it. The only downside with Tione, she was one of the top-tier units when this game first launched that people would be going after. And if I'm completely honest with myself here, I just don't know that she stands up the way she used to. Now, in fairness, I'm probably comparing her to a bunch of the time limited water units and things like that we've gotten, but you know, with a mid and other units like that on the, you know, to level the playing field, I honestly don't think she's quite on the same level she used to be. But she is making short work of this. She is completely holding her own here, but she is a little more squishy than some of the other units that I'd put in place of her. So, you know, it is what it is. And since we've got, you know, two basic fights with all these units, I've got to, plan and conserve. All right, the Orc King is he is stunned. Oh man, she's producing some good damage, but she's also taking some decent damage too. Get him, take him out, take him out. No, go get the ant. Go get the ant. Yes, yes. Oh, it was really close. Oh, it was so close. And that's why she's here and not in the final fight. So that be what it be. But so far, so good. She's really holding her own. That closeness is what I like to see in these fights. I want to know that I'm basically on the ragged edge of winning. Because if, unfortunately, like with the lunar fight, if it's that badly slanted, it tells me that I probably have resources I could be allocating elsewhere. This is one of the first fights where I really had to level everyone up to level 80. Both Finn and Ishtar were at level 70 prior to this. I had to level them up to 80. We are using some low-level scene cards and a low-level item to make this happen, but, it's doing its job. It's at least, working, and we're going through the paces here. All right, Finn. Show them what you do, my guy. And the main reason that I really do adore this challenge is because for people that are just getting into the game, we're on the backside of First Anniversary. I think this challenge really shows you what you're capable of doing with a minimal amount of units, so long as you are willing to... So long as you can properly allocate your resources, i.e. put the right scene cards on units, put the right items on units, things like that. I'm trying to obviously keep it at a bare minimum, but, one of the biggest complaints I always hear about Uncharted Battlefield is that new players or free-to-play players have a really rough time. And the honest answer here is, it can be, but here's some strategies you can use. And even if your Finn isn't level 70, level 80, or something like that, throw another unit on there. There's absolutely no shame in that. You don't have to do the same thing I'm doing. The whole point here is if I can, that means you can too. Ooh, that Orc King hurts bad. Dude, please go take out that Orc King. He's going to wipe us out. Ugh, camera angles. Come on, dude. Go get him. Go get him. Please get him. Please, thank you. Oh my goodness. I was sweating. Woo. Okay. So Finn not quite on the ragged edge, but definitely, he needed the resources very clearly. And that's kind of indicative of what we're getting at here. Every single fight gets harder and harder and harder, which means that by the end of this, running a singular unit is going to be very, very, very tough. Running a single unit that is not time limited is going to be a nightmare scenario. So we'll see how this plays out. But here we go into Battle 8. And in this situation, I'm going to be using a speed unit in Ryu. I'm kind of sticking with non-time limited units here. I do need some UR scene cards for the first time and a UR item. But this combination does work. Although, given the current episodes, I don't think it's not a combination that I feel comfortable using. But it's a combination that works and actually does a really respectable job. So, now, speed units don't produce the same amount of raw damage that attackers do. So, you have certain limitations here. However, the offset being is she can get out of situations pretty fast and she can move around pretty fast, which gives her a lot of opportunities to take out more units a little bit quicker. So, essentially, she can move around the board faster than an attacker obviously would. So in the early portions of this fight, that gives us more time to get down to the point at which we are now facing our final boss. Now, the biggest issue I have with fighting the infant dragon is that he produces all these little distraction units. And so one thing I didn't really cover here, and I'll kind of show you when we get out there, is you can actually modify your settings so that your unit only pays attention to the big guy. We'll cover that here in a moment. But, because these units can get... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. See, right there. She got distracted, and she let him do his thing. We got 30 seconds, girl. Okay. I get the distinct impression we may not make it. We'll see. We'll see. She's getting very distracted. 18 seconds. Come on. Come on. Come on. Girl. Okay. She did it once before, but she's gone full ADD mode here. So let's focus her. So when you go to auto setting here, I'm going to set her to strong enemy priority. Okay? And we'll set off again. And basically what that's going to do is when she gets to the boss, she'll only focus on the boss. All those little mobs that just kind of chip away at her health, they'll do their thing, but they're just not going to be nearly as effective.
One eternity later.
Okay, so this being the final win fight, I've done just a little modification here. I've got all the units on here that do win buffs. It's just, I think this is the best way this can go. And I'm going to trade this item out for this item just to get a little bit of extra damage out. Let's see, which one of these? 854 is slightly better. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do this. Jump into this run and just make this work. All right. So here we go. All right. I really expect her to be faster this time, but we'll see. Because honestly, the early portions of this fight just... they kind of do what they do, you know? She just one-shots or more than... Oh, no, she's stunned. Get out of there, girl. What are you doing? Why are you stunned in this portion of the fight? We got to get to the baby dragon. Okay, we're about 3 seconds off pace now, but she's got a lot more damage in her repertoire. So, with any luck, she'll be able to take this guy down. The going hope is that her special and his barrier are synced up, which they normally are. There we go, perfect. Because then she could just do a phenomenal amount of damage. For better or worse, though, we're about... Well, okay, she's a little ahead of pace, actually. She's a little ahead of pace. It's not too bad. All right. This is the final win fight, so I can kind of go all out with my my scene cards. And I've got all the scene cards that do win buffing. Those scene cards aren't going to be any good anywhere else. And her not being time limited is going to be a big benefit to us. There we go. There we go. I did it with the original build, but this build just was a little bit more reliable. So there you guys go. That is going to be the middle 4 battles. We got the final 4 battles coming up. We'll see if I can stick with the non-time limited stuff. We'll see if I can stick with the single unit stuff. I'm going to give it my best. Make sure you guys are here for that. We'll drop that tomorrow morning. Like, comment, and share. See you soon.